Welcome friends from around the world to the Challenger Series Cup Blue number 4 of July. My name is Counterfeit, joined by dealers today for all the hot ESL action as well as community games.
Oh, and we sure have a lot coming up, Counterfeit. I for one cannot wait to see all the action that we have going on here today.
We're going to have plenty of all that good stuff before we are done here today. But before we get into anything more serious, we're going to give you guys a chance to play live on stream. If you are an iOS player and you would like to show off what you are made of, then come and join us for the passkey ESL 123. All the global chat invite, it's all in there. Hopefully I'm not saying anything rude. There we go. Up to the top. Just come and show what you're capable of. And you know, maybe one day you'll be playing in ESL competition too.
Show us if you can best Counterfeit, or if you will be the next Taco.
Taco? Why?
Well, or someone as good as Taco.
There will be no tacos before or after Corona Vincente. Good to see you again over on Facebook. You and your old faces. Love it. Legend Killer, let's see. We'll be having an Android Cup next week, but I do agree, the Android players are just as important as the PC and iOS players. This whole what's the right word for it? The disparity. Let's make it too complicated. The difference between the amount of iOS competitions and the Android and PC competitions is very obvious to anyone who can count. And ideally, we'll be getting that. Well, I say we'll be. Gameloft will be getting the whole server merge thing sorted out before too much longer, which, if everything goes to plan, will mean we'll have a lot. Well, all of the iOS tournaments will become iOS and Android tournaments, so you will get your wish, Legend Killer. You'll be drowning in Android tournaments as well. We look forward to that glorious day.
We do?
We do!
Well, we definitely do. Of course we do. Having a merge server is going to be nice, then we're going to have way more action all the time.
Yeah, it's going to be really good. We'll also presumably have more PC Cups as well. So me and Dealers can get smashed by all you guys. Legend Killer, are there more Americans on iOS? That's a good question. So, Dealers, we know that there are some regional restrictions in place. Though, to be fair, actually, I think there's only 2 American teams playing today. There's a pretty good variety, but Japan is probably the most common one by quite a long way.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there is a lot of Americans. I think there's a lot of Americans sometimes playing on the Red Cups as well. But yeah, you're definitely right about the whole Japanese squads. There's a lot of Japanese players in MC5.
So guys, come and join us. Show what you're made of. Clayton Carr, I would ask you... Oh boy. Okay. Clayton Carr, I was going to ask you to chill out a bit, but I get the impression you might be in need of the old...
Banhammer.
Not Banhammer, but Clayton Carr. Going to give you a little bit of a chance to... Oh, actually, I think you might have already been timed out by somebody. Oh, there you go. So yeah, so just to explain for you guys, this is a broadcast, and all the chats and things which are intended to be suitable for all ages. So anything which kind of you'll get an idea as to what is and isn't appropriate. It's basically, anything you might see on TV. Azora? There isn't voice chat available in the game, but if you head across to the ESL Discord, then you could absolutely just start talking to some of your fellow streamer watchers. There's let's see, is there a voice channel? Oh, actually, no, there isn't. There used to be, but they took it away again. Oh,
they did? That's unfortunate.
Well, I guess you could still, if you find other people in the ESL channels that are also watching the tournament, then you can always go into a private call with them.
That's true. A lot of good points, Mr. Counterfeit.
It's the coins I make. So this is our first community game of the iOS tournament. Do come and join us if you're an iOS player. We'll have, of course, our next iOS tournament tomorrow at 4 o'clock in the afternoon UK time. For now, though, show us what you're capable of, and maybe, just maybe, you can use this video to get into one of our ESL teams.
Well, if you can get that action on the way, then surely you should do so. But for now, just enjoy playing on the stream and have fun.
So let's have a look and see. So we have got ourselves a little bit of the tracker, so that's a new class, not currently authorized for ESL play, but I'm hoping it will come down the line. Let's see. Actually, where is all that stuff? Oh, there we go. There's an ESL feedback channel on the ESL Discord, which allows for direct input from you guys on the ESL competition rules. So if you think there's something that's kind of dumb and you'd like to see it change, or if you think that there's something you'd like to see included or removed, you can go and post in that ESL feedback channel, and then the members of that Discord will directly vote on your ideas.
And obviously, putting it all over to the community is a really, really nice opportunity to try and affect your favorite game. So obviously, you should all just try and take advantage of it.
So, for example, some of the stuff that's happened then, as we gear up for our ESL competition today, Dulzy, who does the MC5 podcasts on the Modern Combat main channel, you may have caught them around. He inputted on rules for the ESL competition, and they got put into place. So that's the Tier 3 armor that is currently mandatory, so Tier 3 or below armor in ESL official competition. So yeah, if you guys have a good idea, but not just a good idea, but you can explain why it's a good idea, then you can go in. Legend Killer, if you want to say the commander removed, there was already a discussion about that, and people were kind of torn. I think there was more in favor of commander being affected in some fashion, but
yeah, I think it was. I think there's more people saying that they're in favor of changing it than removing it.
Yeah. So Taco, you mentioned Taco earlier on, is one of our very experienced players. So they kind of made a bit of a confusing post because they actually had several different ideas that people could vote yes or no to, and I think that it kind of confused things a bit by making it so that it wasn't clear what people were in favor of or not. So I'd say if you guys have a suggestion, just try and be as clear as possible, because you'll get more votes that way, and also, you know, it will be clearer to Gameloft when they look at these ESL feedback channels what people actually want.
Yeah, that is certainly true, kind of fit. So clarity all the way through is a key, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Legend Killer saying that the commander's supposed to combat prestige weapons. I think that certainly is true to an extent, Legend Killer. I don't think that's necessarily all it should be able to do. Personally speaking, I'm in favor of more tactical options being in the game, and that's what's happened with the commander coming in. You know, gives teams more ways to play together, even if I'd say that it's still contentious. People are still not, I guess, really happy with where the commander is, but I think it's good it exists and it can be balanced to a point where at least people are kind of, you know, middlingly unhappy with it, as opposed to very unhappy.
Sure. Yeah, well, I'm not quite sure what to say, Peter.
Well, we could just touch back with Legend Killer. They bring out the shield and I'm forced to shoot off their pinky toes. Aww.
Wow,
that sounds adorable.
That sounds very harsh, if anything.
I mean, Legend Killer, since you said shooting off pinky toes, I feel like that's a good reason for the commanders to stay in ESL, just so we can use that phrase. In fact, needless, that's gonna be the phrase.
Imagine making someone so angry that they shoot off your pinky toes.
Oh man, that must be pretty freaking angry.
Yeah. That must be extremely angry, my dude.
Oh boy. Legend Killer, you'd like to see different styles of tournaments, like all recon cops, all assault, all heavy. I think that's a cool idea. I will... Have you sent in... Well, firstly, so that's a great candidate for the ESL feedback channel on the ESL Discord. So that's a really cool idea. I'm totally in favour of this as well. So the Supermarine tournament, which happened recently, had a bunch of its own specific rules in place, which was very different than the standard ESL tournaments. And I think that was brilliant because it gives it a chance to, for new ideas to be tried out competitively. And if it turns out that people like them, then it's a lot easier for then those ideas to be adopted in the main ESL. I'm not going to send it in for you, Legend Killer. You can do it yourself.
Wait, are you not gonna do the hard work, Counterfeit? Why are you being so lazy?
I know, right? I'm lazy on someone else's behalf. Woosus, welcome to the stream. We're just having a bit of a chat about ESL stuff. We're waiting on the start of our ESL competition. Let's just have a quick check-in on how the teams are doing. So.
Yes. So the team that we asked for apparently decided to forfeit the game.
Oh no! No, you just got here.
So yeah, we're just waiting for another match to pop off, or pop up rather.
Oh boy, our admin for today is the well-humoured Danny W. So if you catch him around, do be sure to say hi. They're working hard behind the scenes. I think it looks like we'll be getting Severe versus Great Clan as our first ESL game of the day. So that should be a lot of fun. Those are two very powerful teams coming in. Let me just send you guys out the bracket as well, since we... Actually, this is as good a chance as any to actually go through the bracket with you guys live on stream. And... there we go. Ha-ha! Alright, dealers, who have we got on the card?
Well, starting up from the top, Counterfeit. You do have Severe going up against Great Clan in the quarterfinal. Severe coming in from the United States of America and Great Clan from Italy. And below them, it's going to be an all-Japanese fight. Call of Duty versus Engrave on Memory. Below them, in our second to last quarterfinal, VNV returns, going up against Impossible Missions Force, United States of America versus Korea. And then it's Score Gaming versus Snow Players. That will be Mexico versus Japan, all respectively.
Yeah, we've got some pretty good teams coming through today for the Blue Cup number 4 of July, the Challenger Series. If any of you guys are coming to the stream for the first time, these teams are fighting for $100 prize today, but also they'll be able to earn themselves seeding points through to the monthly funnels, where there is $500 on the line. So a lot at stake for all these teams. This first match should honestly be a real awesome one. These are two extremely experienced teams, so they should give us exactly what we're looking for.
Hopefully they will do so, Counterfeit, but only time will tell whether or not they're going to be doing so. But we do have our first passkey for our first official ESL action.
Alright guys, so while we get into that lobby, let's just take a quick look across the map. So I think that oh, there we go. So ignore these ones, they're not actually happening. Let's just go across here, just make sure everything stays in shot. There we go. So we're going to have Scramble, Vantage, and if a third game is required, Museum. Hero Gaming Simon, our moderator in the chat, making sure everyone gets to find out what they need to. Again, as always, we appreciate you deeply, Hero Gaming Simon, for taking your time out to help on the stream. And we'll hopefully have that lobby up in just a few moments. There it is. It's up right now. So we'll be heading in and waiting for the players to all arrive.
There we go. Now, yep. Well, you know what, Counterfeit? I'm on my way as well.
Ooh.
Are you ready for some good ESL action?
That's the only kind I will tolerate.
Ooh.
So let's just switch around a few bits and pieces. There we go. Alright, so dealers, let's go into a little bit of depth about our opening teams Severe from the United States, Great Clan from Italy. You know, can you give us an idea of how these teams have been shaping up in recent times?
Yes. So, moving into today's competition, we do see Great Clan coming in as our, I believe, one of the top teams. They're coming in here as, they're coming in as our 7th seeded team. They done pretty well, just if you go back 1 month, where they were able to play second place in 5th June Cup. But in this month, they haven't been looking too hot at all. Now, Severe, that they're going up against, they are looking much better, coming in as our 1st seeded team here in this tournament. So they've been performing absolutely out of their mind as recently, placing 4th and just doing pretty well overall.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they've got for us here. All the Severe are being a little bit shy at the moment. They're hiding down in the spectator slots. Do not be worried. They are actually still here. Severe headed up by 11x. And there we go. We got some more of the people coming in. So yes, Severe from the United States headed up by 11x. Great Clan from Italy headed up by Frank, who I would assume is known as Frank. And Rum, who we might see turn up a little bit. Their organizer is Subway, who's also been around the scene for a lot. So yeah, I'm excited to see what these guys can do against each other. Great Clan have fallen afoul of Raptors in recent times, which have kind of kept them from reaching the top. Doesn't look like Raptors are going to be playing here today, so they've got a good chance. I mean, recently, the Great Clan managed to beat Engrave on Memory and Score Gaming, both of who are playing in today's competition.
Well, kind of it. Hopefully it will be a very interesting tournament as well. We're moving straight into the quarterfinal, everyone. So, no round of 16th this time around, but quarterfinal is still going to be very, very hype, I could imagine.
Oh, for sure. I mean, these are two great historical teams. For any of you guys who are watching, you are thinking, maybe, just maybe, I'd like to join these historical giants who've been around for absolute ages. Do not be intimidated, for there is no price to entry. All you need to do is sign up with a bunch of friends, or if you don't have a bunch of friends, Deedless, what should they do?
Well, if they do not have a bunch of friends, then they should probably go out and find some. But if they want to find friends to play, well, if they want to find players who they can eventually become friends with, move over to the ESL Discord, and you can find people in the recruitment chat, you can find people in the meme war, you can find people in casual chat, and you can all have a jolly good time.
Yes, that's... Oh, actually, it's got... I didn't even realize. I've got to update our Nightbot in that case. I just realized that we've actually got a custom Discord entry. So that's discord.gg/ESL Modern Combat. That's all you need to get in. So yeah, no reason not to, really. Waiting on our last...
I can't think of one for sure.
For sure.
For sure.
We're waiting on that last Great Clan member before we get kicked off. We'll be headed across to Scramble. So I'll be interested to see how these guys play out. Call of Duty and Engrave on Memory, we mentioned them a little bit earlier before. Those are two Japanese teams that are playing in the quarterfinal just below where we are right now. The winner of that quarterfinal will go on to face the winner of this quarterfinal in the semis.
Well, I think we're waiting for one last player from Great Clan, right?
Yes. Let's see. They've actually got quite a deep roster, the Great Clan, so I'm not sure who it is specifically. We have got Subway and Whiskey. We mentioned before, Subway, the organizer. I don't know, did you guys actually, maybe someone in the chat could tell us, Augur. What does Augur mean in this kind of context? I assumed it meant organizer, but I'm just making a bit of a guess there. In the context of a team, I don't know if you guys know, because I presume it's not an English word necessarily. But what would augur mean? Would it mean organizer? Or manager? I guess manager would seem like the most obvious.
I think augur Organize is probably more right.
Let's see.
Okay, so I've just made a quick Google search.
It translates to organ. Ugh.
I think it is short for match organizer.
I think that would tend to sort of basically work down to manager.
Yeah, basically.
Because, Evan knows it's hard to get a bunch of players in the same place at the same time, as we can see here for Great Clan. Ahem. Oh, Frank and or Rum for the Great Clan. Where have your players gone? I mean, we could have... So we got Whiskey. We've got Zen Score. So we could have... Oh, there we go. We've got Rum. So there we go. Both team owners and the manager for Great Clan all personally taking part in today's competition, looking to maybe push the Great Clan over the edge and get themselves that tournament win that they've been after for such a long time.
You know what, kind of it? I could not have imagined being up at 1:30 in the morning and looking at Whiskey, Rum, and Subway at the same time.
Sounds like a good evening. Let's get it on for our first ESL match of the day. Great Clan over in the south, breaking out onto the map in general as seems to be severe. No defensive ploys quite as of yet.
But this is Chura XD coming out with a very big gun, and I like what Severe they're doing. Grouping up as a big unit and slowly move over. What the hell? Rum! What a grenade!
Oh boy.
Nearly made me swear on stream. Jeez.
Man, I'm writing that one down. That's a keeper full of books. Ah, jeez. I mean, we didn't have to perfect angle it, but we did at least get to see a little bit. So that's Rum at the first game. First quadra kill in the first play. That is crazy bonkers.
Oh yeah, and especially since Severe, they were trying a very smart strategy of just moving together as a unit and having a guy with a gigantic gun beat the front line. You basically had a tank and everyone was hiding behind it. It was a completely new strategy that we really haven't seen. And it was just shut down by Rum and his grenade.
Yeah, I mean, that is the answer a lot of the time to, to commanders and other kind of beefy units, is just get those grenades in, do that AoE damage, and Hero Gaming, I mean, I couldn't have put it better myself. Exclamation, shock face, and a bomb.
It was just very impressive, honestly. I don't think I've seen anything like it for a while in MC5. You do see someone come out with those big grenades from time to time, but I don't think I've ever seen a quarter kill with a grenade.
No, I don't. I literally don't think I've ever seen that in my life, ever. I really hope that they're recording as well so we can get it from their point of view. As Rum are going to land a couple more grenades. Apparently, grenades, guys, we have received official confirmation are OP.
Yeah. Well, especially if thrown by Rum. Perhaps they're coated in Rum and that is why they're so OP.
Ah, they're attractive. I can see the Rum fumes will probably cause the opposition to lose their heads and then shortly lose their bodies as well.
Yeah, well... Have you ever watched Kingsman kind of it? Perhaps it's like that last scene where all the heads explode.
Ah. Man, that takes me back a bit. That was a good movie.
It really was. Well, you know what? This is also a very good MC5 game. Great Clan that find themselves up with nearly a 10-kill lead. One more will do it. Frank, throwing in a grenade will not be as effective as Rum's grenades, but still, just coming out with grenades certainly seems to be the name of the game for Great Clan. And I can understand why Severe they're putting themselves up into a corner, so they open up themselves to be hit by those grenades.
Protalk TM. I'm afraid we're not developers, we can't answer any game-specific questions. We don't have any influence over the game, how the game itself works. But if you send an email to the email address you'll see on the screen between games, you'll be able to talk to the community manager about any game-related stuff. Legend Killer has some interesting insights. The thing about team battles, pros versus pros, the sooner you can kill their pride, the easier it makes for the game. Makes the game for your own team. What do you think about that, D-List?
The pride.
I think he's basically saying if you can tilt the opposing team, so do something like like Rum did, which was morale crushing.
Yeah, I think that's definitely true. There is a psychological aspect to the whole team deathmatch, and especially if you lose a lead very early on or just fall very far behind, I feel like as a player that must be very tilting. And it just makes it very hard for you to come back if you start to tunnel vision.
Well, from where we are right now, we are definitely seeing a very cowed-seeming Severe who are just, trying to shelter in the corner. They are also clumping themselves up again, setting themselves up for another multi-grenade kill. Great Clan have basically got them contained with no way to get out onto the map in general.
Oh, they absolutely have, and it's very hard for Severe to push out. Beats coming out, trying to do that flanking maneuver, can't do anything, but you're definitely right, Counterfeit. Severe, they're stuck in the corner, they can't get out, and basically Great Clan are just shooting them down. And here with Frank having this commander shield, it also means that they can't even find an exit, because every exit is covered by either snipers or commanders.
Yeah, we did see before from Beats that even as I said it, they did find a way through like Great Clan's defenses, but since then I think Great Clan are no longer going to leave any avenue uncovered. Frank up on top of the roof there, getting themselves a very good angle. I think might get spotted out. We've got Whiskey and Rum both on the south side. The only way out for Severe here is right through the hangar, through the middle of the action.
But Great Clan, they have 1 minute and 15 seconds left to go. They have an 11 kill lead, Counterfeit. And now finally Severe, they're getting something good. A bomber is coming in. It won't hit anyone from Great Clan, but it helps them get out of the corner they're stuck in. So now this boxer can come out and really go on the offensive.
I think Legend Killer had the right idea. Great Clan, I think, just really took the wind out of Severe's sails. And this is vastly much more productive for them. Severe were behind the whole game. They needed to take some risks. Playing defensively got them nowhere, but a game that's impossible to salvage.
Well, with the way that Rom and the rest of Great Clan they have been playing, I just think it's very, very it is very hard to salvage this game. When you also look over to Great Clan, they have been able to maintain this lead mainly because of their military support. They've been getting so many kills that they've been able to rack up that military support, and it just means that bombers and airstrikes has been something that they've been getting a lot of, and it has helped them keep this lead for the entirety of the game.
Bokuzin has been the one who's been consistently performing for the Great Clan as the last few kills come in and the timer runs out. So Great Clan, they make quite the statement from the beginning. As we said, they are a team Great Clan who are looking to claim the big prize today. I think Rum started them off incredibly well, but it was Bokuzan who was able to ultimately deliver the game.
Well, and Rum with the grenade kills to begin with, Counterfeit.
For sure. Alright guys, we're gonna take ourselves a short break before we come back. Oh, sorry. Yes, I do realize my brain went a bit funny there. We'll be back in 7 minutes or less with our next dose of ESL action. Great Clan versus Severe. Game 2 coming up. Hello everyone, we're back. And it's time to go at things once again. The teams have switcherooed on the sides. With Great Clan, they got a first game victory, now one step away from the semi-finals.
Let's see if Rom can once again pull out an amazing grenade to begin with, counterfeit. That was what really sparked the beginning of that lead for the Great Clan in game number 1. But that was a very close shot from that sniper coming in from 11. Right now, Great Clan haven't found a single kill to begin with, but snipers are being rocked right here, so I do think we're going to see a very slow game counterfeit with everyone just trying to snipe each other.
That first kill was as quick as lightning, though. You have all these moments of tension building up, and then suddenly a flurry of bullets as Rum will lock down another kill. No legendary grenade quadra to start things off. I think Severe have learned their lesson about moving as a tight-knit group.
Oh yes, it does seem so counterfeit. Great Clan, they have figured out that if they use grenades, they can take down those big groups. But Severe, they say, no, we're just gonna use snipers this time around, and they put themselves out onto 5 different places on the map, trying to see if they can catch Great Clan on an individual basis. Beats trying to rotate around, rocking that commander shield and commander suit of shotgun, trying to see if they can catch someone from Great Clan pushing out. But Great Clan, they're not moving. They do have a 2-kill lead, so they aren't in a hurry.
If I saw that corner explode like that, I would not go round that corner. Let me just put it that way.
Are you sure?
On the
Are you a chicken? Is that what you're saying?
Well, a chicken who's not got exploded, raiding out on one flank, Beats on another, while Bokuzin, the best performing player for Severe from last time round. So good. I even confused what team they were on. But it's a standoff right now. We've got a very good setup for Severe, but it's more of a setup you'd expect from a team that's in the lead, where Great Clan forced to steal points back from them rather than the other way around.
Yeah, well, you know what, counterfeit. Severe, they do have the pressure on them. They do need to find a way in. But Frank takes down a member right there from Severe. I'm not quite sure who it was. That was Bokus. Bokusin. Goes down, trying to push up close and personal against Great Clan. And one of the fortunate things for Great Clan is that they are all the way up to the left of this map. And because they're slowing things down so much, Severe can't get any military support rolling, so they can't really wipe them out with a bomber or an airstrike. And it means that Great Clan, they can stay out there for a long time. And because it's so elevated, grenades can't really come in either.
And I like the spacing as well. When you talk about, any potential military support for Severe, even if it was forthcoming, Great Clan do not make the same mistake that Severe made by clumping up their individual members too closely. And in fact, it looks like even though they don't have to, Great Clan are going to take the fight to Severe.
Well, apparently they are coming out and being a bit more aggressive, counterfeit. An interesting strategy, to be sure. Great Clan, they don't really have to go out and fight against Severe, but they are doing so. They are saying, okay, we know that we have the option to go out and push, that we can just develop upon this lead that we have. And they do so, but obviously it does mean also that Severe can turn things around if they are able to just wipe out the entirety of Great Clan.
That will be the first kill coming through from Severe. They are finally on the board. We've already burnt through 4 minutes of this second semi-final game. But honestly, it's not actually that big of a deficit for Severe to bring back in these last few minutes.
No, it certainly isn't, and especially if they're able to get up close and personal against Great Clan, then taking those 3 kills into your own hand should be easy. But obviously, you need to take everything with a grain of salt. Right now, the game has just been so slow. You've seen 8 kills nearly within 4.5 minutes, counterfeit. So while you say it's easy, I do believe that it is easy as well. But it will just be hard if they aren't able to up the tempo of the game.
You're right, Great Clan have done a fantastic job of controlling the pace of the actions so far, keeping Severe exactly where they want to, making them so wary of putting out individual scouting members because, as we've seen, Frank has performed an incredible rearguard action for Great Clan this whole way through. Anytime there's any shenanigans, Frank is there and has got now the deployable cover to make for an even stronger defense.
Now 6 kill lead is what we're seeing for Great Clan. Make that 5 as Levin X is able to find 1 kill. Hey Francisco, welcome to the stream. You're just about to see Great Clan perhaps move into the semi-final. They need to win one more game, and right now Severe, they're finding themselves down. But Severe, they're pushing out, they're making it a more chaotic game. And with 1 minute and 20 seconds left to go and only having to find 4 kills, this is doable for Severe.
So we know that Frank has been performing very well. Raiden, for the side of Severe, 2-0 is a pretty good score under the circumstances, but there's so little time. Raiden will grab that kill number 3. Chiara grabs number 4. And maybe, just maybe, we could see a reversal of fortune in this final minute of Game 2.
Ooh, we could also be going to overtime, kind of fit one more kill, to completely equalize the score, but there we go, 3 quick kills coming in from Great Clan, and we'll put them up, 3 kills overall. One more, Rum finds kill onto Chichua, and now Rum has to run away, down to 20 health, is running, won't be gunned in the back, but Severe, they're finding themselves even further behind, but now we're back to 1 as Bokusin and Beats, they're able to find 2 kills.
Bokusin up the stairs with the shield in hand will soak up a lot of that responding aggression. Severe, they need to find 1 more. They're going to go for the floor bangs here, driving Great Clan away, but not getting that kill that they were looking for. They're going to be forced up the stairs, but Great Clan, all they have to do is leave.
Yeah, they're running away, but here we go. Number 2, that is Bokusin coming up, trying to see if they can find that shot in the back. Won't be able to do so. That's going to be Great Clan moving in to the semi-final. They definitely played with fire here towards the end of this game, but man, it was amazing to see how like chill and composed they could play this game. It was a extreme joy to see a team like Great Clan being able to play this so slow.
There you go, guys. For want of a single flurry of shots, Severe are out of the competition. Oh boy, that was a hell of a lot closer than I would have given it credit for. But yeah, Raiden did some real nice work there. It's a shame to bid Severe goodbye so soon, but this does give us the opportunity to get you guys back out on stream once again while we wait for our next ESL game. Daedalus, how, oh how, will our gentle viewers join in with one of these community games?
Well, you would have to go up into multiplayer, type ESL 1, 2, 3, and then obviously have a loadout that is applicable for that game, meaning tier 3 armor, and the classes that you can see on screen, and obviously all weapon tiers, more or less, can be used. And then you can play on stream.
So check out that global chat invite or use the passkey, all are fine. We'll be keeping this game up during the break. And yeah, hopefully you guys will enjoy the heck out of it. We did get done a little quick with that quarterfinal, so we might be a way off our next ESL game. If that is the case, we'll keep the community games flowing for as long as we can. Though of course, you know, if duty calls, if an ESL game is ready, we'll drop out to attend to that. I'm honestly, from the result of that last game, I mean, we were talking about, you know, that 1 kill was always missing. I don't know quite what weapon it was that the last Severe player had. I assume it was probably a shotgun, because I noted that the health of the person we were watching run away went down to 87%. So they were getting shot at, there just wasn't quite enough damage in those last few moments. Francisco and Hero Gaming having a cool-off competition. Oh boy, I want to get in on this. Now, Dealers, what's the most cool collection of emotes?
The cool collection of emotes.
Oh, I guess emojis?
Emojis. Well, you know, I'm a climber. I really like the climbing one.
There's a climbing emoji?
Yeah, there's emojis for everything.
Interesting. Alright, well you find that one. I'm going to put out my my most terrifying collection of emojis, which is honestly gave me the shivers the first time.
Oh, are we posting it in the chat? Or
yeah. There we go. Enjoy, guys. I don't know. That probably looks different on every single platform. Oh, that's a climbing emoji?
Yeah.
Huh. It doesn't look terribly climbing.
It's someone climbing a wall. What else do you want?
Oh, I see. It doesn't... oh, yeah. Hero Gaming Simon's got the right idea. Spooky ghosts. So, let's see. Oh, the emoji was created by world champion rock climber Sasha de Guillian? I don't even know how to pronounce that name.
Sasha what?
D-I-D...
Gillian.
To Gillian? Yeah, that sounds believable.
I think that is how you pronounce it.
So they didn't actually create it, but they helped out with it.
I've not heard of her before. She's 157 meters tall.
She's 57 meters tall.
So 157. That's extremely low. That's not very tall at all.
Oh, okay. We have got news.
Well, do you think it's tall?
I don't really have an opinion, I'm afraid. What I was looking at was our next match, which will be Great Clan versus Engrave on Memory. I feel like Great Clan got a little bit lucky in that last game to have made it through without, at least going to overtime. Hero Gaming Cybernet, yes, I think they're thanking their lucky ducks. That works quite well, actually. Perhaps even all 4 of their lucky ducks. They made it through intact. Let's have a quick check in. So,
are you a duck? Oh gosh.
Make your own decisions. Oh, maybe we don't have players for... Alright, if we don't have players for our community game, that's fine. What we'll do instead is we'll do a quick jump out onto the Battle Royale and see what y'all are made of. Francisco is saying you need to reinstall the game Habit for your Android. I definitely recommend you do. I don't know when you last played Francisco, but there's been some pretty decent updates. The Tracker's a new class, and you can earn that for free if you just sort of grind it out, which is very possible to do. Like, it does take a fair bit of grinding, but I think there's probably still time to be able to earn it for free, and it's a good class. It's got a million different mechanics. It's great.
It's fun.
Alright. Let's say... Let's go with South Village. If any of you guys are in the game, do throw up a yellow and or drop onto my head partway through and terrify the heck out of me. I still remember that. It's still burned into my mind. I'm quite proud of that. Yes, but the other day I was playing on iOS and I actually managed to track someone's movement while they were running upstairs, and I was like, wow, that's the first time that's ever happened.
Oh, you got him. Nice. Oh, I think we have a code.
Oh, in that case, we'll have to attend to business. So guys, our next ESL game coming up should be Great Clan versus Engrave on Memory. Another fantastic team as our semi-final stage gets started. Let's see, is that lobby up already? Let's have a quick look-see. And if it is, we'll bring you guys... Oh, that's right. And the players are almost ready to start as well. So in place of Severe, who we sadly, tearfully have to say goodbye to, Engrave on Memory will be the team to take their place in the next round of competition. This best of 3, the semi-final, for a place in the grand finals itself. Winning out here is the only way to even get a chance to win our $100 dingoes for winning today. And of course, top seeding towards getting qualified at least for our monthly finals. You get, I'm trying to remember how many points it is. I think basically if you win a tournament, you're almost guaranteed that you'll get into.
I think I think for this one you get 100 go for points.
Yes.
And I think you probably need around 100, 150, 200 to really get in. Something like that.
Actually, let's have a quick gander. I don't know how up to date all of the these are right now, but let's give it a try. So, in the blue, oh, there we go. I think this is probably accurate. Hopefully it's up to date. So, at the moment, Impossible Missions Force are the team in first seeding position for the monthly finals. And Score Gaming are in second place, very, very closely behind. There's then a run of Japanese teams taking up the 3rd to 6th slots. Craze Gaming, Old Glory, Into the Wild, and No Players, only Practice.gg. And then VMV returns and another Japanese team in number 8. So right now, it's shaping up to be a very, very Japanese heavy monthly finals coming down the line. But we'll see if perhaps the results from today can change that.
And let's see how it all goes. Kind of fit. Grey Clan going up against Engrave on Memory. Grey Clan coming in as our 9th seeded team. Engrave on Memory coming in as our 4th seeded team. So it should be more or less a very even game right here between these two teams. But obviously Engrave on Memory, a team you always have to respect. And you know what? Japanese squads, they are one hell of a drug when it comes to MC5. So obviously, you need to be careful when going up against them.
A lot of fantastic teams in our other semi-final, which we are sad to not be able to show you directly on stream. Impossible Missions Force are going up against Score Gaming. So only one of those two will make it through to the grand finals. Should be a hell of a match on both sides of the bracket. For now, though, Engrave on Memory and Grey Clan, let's see what they've got for us. Certainly this opening minutes making them look pretty evenly matched.
It certainly does counterfeit. Right now, 4-4 between and Grey Clan, and Engrave on Memory, they are sitting over on the south side of this map rather, while Grey Clan, they are occupying the north side, which is basically the entirety of the main building. Engrave on Memory, they are trying to see if they can find a way in, deploying some deployable covers as well, so that they gain a bit more ground to work with. But Grey Clan, they will find one kill, being leaded up by Frank and Drum right now, being the two main carries. But Subway and Whiskey also finding 2 kills, so now 3 kills in the lead for Grey Clan.
Yeah, the Grey Clan with a great clamp down on this back defensive position. Engrave on Memory, they're struggling to find their way in. Engrave on Memory are the last remaining Japanese team. Of course, Grey Clan, the only Italian team taking part in today's competition. As we said, the Grey Clan, they seem to be, in the absence of the Raptors, a very likely team to make it through to the grand finals. And this early game seems to be bearing that out as Rum is going off.
Rum right now finding 6 kills before going down for the first time, nearly putting Grey Clan up by 10 kills here against the Engrave on Memory, I did not expect them to see I did not expect to see them in this position at all, kind of fit. They are one of the big favorites of the tournament for sure. As one of those Japanese squads, you can never count them out. But right now, they are sitting more or less down here in the first game and could potentially just lose the first game as well.
Well, if we look back to the end of last month, that's the last time these two teams met, as an artillery strike will light up the bottom side of the map. Great Clan getting stuck in and keeping those kills coming. Last time these two teams met, though, it was a win for Great Clan, which of course knocked Engrave on Memory out of the tournament. For Engrave on Memory, their last tournament was ended by impossible missions force, so it's seeming like semi-finals has been as far as Engrave have gotten for a little while. And I don't know if this game is going to change that fact.
But you know what, kind of it? Military support has helped Great Clan stay competitive for a very long time, and it has helped them just gain so much ground to work with here between EUM and Great Clan. Great Clan, they have gotten military support 9 times compared to the 0 of Engrave on Memory. So Engrave on Memory, they haven't been able to flush Great Clan out, as they haven't been able to get any recon aircrafts or any bombs to help them clear out the hiding place of Great Clan. So you just simply can't get them away from their fort. But a good flank will come in and find 2 kills. Whiskey and Frank going down, but still, EUM down 10 kills.
That was gross! This just opened the door for Engrave on Memory to come back into the game. We're currently watching their #1 player who just tore Great Clan off the map almost single-handedly.
Finding 4 kills, but Rum coming in and saying, you can't do that without me having a say. Finds 3 right there. Can he get another one? Yes, they will. 4 kills right there. Great Clan, they're back.
Wow, talk about a battle of champions. Both teams' aces giving it their everything. And it almost becomes a one-on-one duel when these two titans of each team could just wipe out the entire opposing team by themselves.
Ooh. Well, Francisco needs to reinstall his game in order to have it for their Android. Well, Francisco, that is understandable. Obviously, reinstall the game and come play with us after we've done with this series. But for now, Engrave on Memory, they're looking to make it a competitive one, but they're still finding themselves 6 kills down.
And Rum with still that ludicrously good score. Of course, you know, the #1 player from Engrave on Memory has got a lot more deaths. Is coming in for another flank, though we know how incredibly dangerous they are. Go up into close quarters. This time round, they go face to face with their opposite number, Rum.
Oh, Rom sitting at 14-2, kind of fit. That's a KDA of 7. That is amazing here in MC5. And with 1 minute and 20 seconds left to go, Rom is looking to just put even more kills on his tab.
Almost threatening to go up to even 20 kills by the end of this game. I think time could be a major factor because it is running out for Engrave on Memory. They seem to be way too far behind to have a hope of equalizing 10 kills in a minute. Just doesn't seem like it can happen.
As long as Rom is a part of this game, I don't think Engrave on Memory can win it without going through Rom. You need to take Rom down. You need to keep a lid on that player, because right now Rom is just on fire, is unstoppable, is killing everyone from Engrave on Memory, and they can't seem to play around Rom and make sure to not face up against them.
This is the first of the games between these two, but it's certainly looking like Great Clan have got a very solid grip on this game. Again, it's another one of those games where literally if Rum wasn't connected, if we didn't have this 19 kill lead right now, Great Clan would be almost dead even with Engrave on Memory. As it is, with Rum in the mix, it's not even close.
Oh, it certainly is. And Rum has been the main carrier for Great Clan and will lead Great Clan to success once again. So they go 1-0 up here in this series. They are one step closer to the grand final, and Rum, what a performance in this game. 20 kills kind of it, as you predicted. But then if you look down the rest of the members of Great Clan, it's 9-9, 8-9, 5-8. It's not exactly flashy. So if Engrave on Memory, they can find a way to shut down Rum, or at least gang up upon him as a multiple squad, then keeping a lid onto ROM and keeping them down should surely be a possibility, because right now ROM is simply the only problem that Engrave on Memory they have with Great Clan.
Guys, we will be back shortly with that second semi-final match between Engrave on Memory and Great Clan. Will we see another fantastic performance from ROM, or can Engrave find their way back into the series? Find out in just a few short minutes' time. A woo woo woo.
You
Let's get it on.
on the rooftops.
Up on the roof.
MC5, let's go. Woohoo.
It's Great Clan once again, and Engrave on Memory. This is our semi-final, while on the other side of the bracket, it will be Score Gaming and Impossible Missions Force, representing South Korea, battling things out. Engrave on Memory, this is their last chance to stay in the competition. Will they take that chance?
Engrave on Memory coming out to a very good start here, kind of fit. Engrave on Memory, I would say that they have two objectives here in this game. They need to figure out how to deal with I believe it is Rum, because Rum just extremely controlled last game. Rum got like 20 kills while the rest of Great Clan were mediocre, and they also need to find a way to get on top of the rooftops. If they can get on top of the rooftops, it means that they only have to cover a few entrances, and that means that they have a much easier time dealing with Rum.
Well, it looks to be, for the time being, Engrave on Memory, they set up their deployable cover down in these corridors, and they put another shield behind it as well. Engrave on Memory, they're challenging Great Clan to come up and face them. And so far, Engrave on Memory are winning out these exchanges.
Oh, they certainly are. Engrave on Memory, they're doing fine. They have a few shotguns to work with down in that bottom half of rooftops. It means that on this map, which is very closed off, you can very easily use those shotguns to great effect.
So far, this #1 player we saw from before from Engrave on Memory absolutely tear things up. I'll do my best to try and figure out how it is we even give them a name here, because they've been performing admirably. Frank does win out that last exchange, but it doesn't change that is a real impressive score from the #1 player over on blue.
Oh yeah, Engrave on Memory, and the #1 player 7-1, and now 20-13 overall for the team. They're making that comeback happen, and you know what, Counterfeit? Engrave on Memory, they could push the series all the way to 3 games if they keep this up.
Celine, team manager for Engrave on Memory, is also rocking some pretty serious numbers as well, so it looks to be that Great Clan will be the ones in control of the rooftop, but also the center of the map, trying to fight out from there by dropping down and trying to land on the Engrave on Memory's members.
And you know what, Counterfeit? We said that for Engrave on Memory, they had to find a way to deal with Rum and to deal with Great Clan, who are so good individually. The answer for them: work together as a team. Assist is something that they have been utilizing quite a lot. They have 13 assists overall, and this helped them just shut down those high-performing members of Great Clan.
Celine up the stairs there, as it seems to be Shogo is stepping forward for the squad. Engrave on Memory now ahead by 11 as we pass, or get close to, at least the halfway mark. Great Clan, I think, a shocking development for them. It started out slightly favored to Engrave on Memory, now it's way out of control.
It has just blown out of proportion, Counterfeit. And Great Clan, they haven't really found the answer quite yet. So at this point in time, they should just be looking towards the next game. They should just be looking towards the next map. They should be thinking about, what do we do on the streets? How do we, what do we do on Vantage? What do we need to do in order to take down Engrave on Memory?
It's certainly not a situation we at all expected based on what we saw in the previous game, but thanks to some very strong performances, Zilu has stepped up in the later game, also making use of the shotgun, this time on the commander. Frank has been putting away some decent kills, as well as Rum, but look at the death numbers. Frank in particular, 12 deaths. Rum, 10 deaths. More deaths than they've even gotten kills.
Well, Rum, 10 and 10 as well, Counterfeit. Not exactly the performance from game #1. Apparently must have lost a bit of steam. As Engrave on Memory, they just need 6 more. Great Clan, they obviously can make the comeback happen, but it would be very unlikely. They need 20 kills.
In the time that Engrave on Memory can find 5, it does seem unlikely. We get a little bit of a taste, though, of how deadly Rum remains. It's definitely not a player to be taken lightly. We see They just walk forward and they thresh the Engrave on Memory squad.
And now this game is more or less just dusted counterfeit. But Engrave on Memory, they still have yet to find those 5 kills. There we go. That's 2. That's 3. Woo. So 2 more and they will be done. Then Great Clan will be out and they will have to go into a third game with an even state of mind.
Last kill, where's it going to come from? It is from that number 1 player. Any of you guys can read the Japanese there, at least I assume it's the Japanese, and let us know how to say that player's name. We will, of course, give them a more formal recognition. For now, we'll just call them... Actually, I was going to say the best, but actually it's not even the case. Run got the most kills in that game, so still a lot of respect to them. But look at these numbers across here for Engrave on Memory. 12, 11, 10, 9, and 8. The whole of Engrave on Memory pulling together for game number 2.
Yeah, looking absolutely good, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to go to Vantage as our third map. And obviously, as Hero Gamer Simon is saying in the YouTube chat, Gladiator Games' 24-hour live stream is happening right now. It is for charity. So once you're finished watching the official ESL action, we would recommend that you head over and support that stream that Gladiator Games is putting on right now.
So guys, we'll catch you in a few minutes' time with more ESL MC5 action. Game number 3, our third game of the tournament. Engrave on Memory and Great Clan, they will clash one last time after the break. Welcome back, everyone. It's time for Game 3 of the semi-finals between our good friends Great Clan and Engrave on Memory. Game 2 was a whole different story from the first. Now the third remains to be told.
Ooh, it certainly was kind of fit. Let's see if Great Clan, they can find their past performance here on this map. It's more favored towards snipers, so this should be something straight for Great Clan. That's exactly the type of weapon that they utilized in the first victory of this series.
First 30 seconds spent posturing between the teams, looking for the early advantage. Shinsuke, good to see you over from our Gladiator game stream, where we were spending the break just hanging out with some of the guys over there and enjoying. Gladiator currently 15 hours into their own stream for these teams. They are one step away from the grand finals here, all coming down to this final game.
And with 1-1 in terms of kills for Great Clan and Engrave on Memory, it seems to be a very slow-paced one here to end all things out with. Kind of fit. Great Clan, they do find one kill, but look at them stacked up towards the top of this map. You have a 4-man stack right there, and then you have Rum just running. Sorry, you have Frank running around trying to see if they can find a good flank. But Rum right now finding 3 kills, not enough, as he will be taken down. And Engrave on Memory, they go 3-3.
Sheer doing a nice job there, leaving just enough of their body exposed to draw fire from Great Clan. They're able to, instead of getting picked off, get the pick off themselves, and they'll do it again. Such great positioning, looking for the slightest hint of movement around that far away wall.
And kind of it does seem like we're going to come down to the very last game here. Sorry, very last kill rather, between these two teams. 5-4 is the score right now after 2 minutes of gameplay. 5-5, 10 kills overall. We're not seeing too much action. We're not seeing any military support really come out and support each team. So it all comes down to who can land the shots and who can thus create a lead for themselves. Engrave on Memory really doing that right now with just a quick succession of kills, finding a 4-kill lead.
Rum continuing to be the focus of attention, has got a good performance alongside Whiskey for Great Clan's early game. Engrave on Memory, though, it's going to be Sheer with that incredible Cog V sniping from extreme range. It's just finding the kills that nobody else seems to be able to go for.
And while Shia is covering that entrance, it does allow for Great Clan and for Engrave on Memory to look for other places to fight, which you're seeing right now. Frank finding quite a lot of kills, now pushing in, pulls out the pistol, runs low on ammo for his Cock V, but Rum will end up just trading a kill here for Frank's alive. But in Engrave on Memory, they still find themselves with the longer end of the stick and a 2-kill lead.
What made that particularly interesting, that last exchange, is that Shogo, so far unkilled, was able to take out Rum single-handedly. One of the big hopes for the Great Clan team. It makes you wonder who is capable on the Great Clan of stopping this initial momentum.
Oh, Zelo finding 2 kills. Good job right there. It helps EOM quite a lot. You know, kind of fit, every kill matters in such a slow game like this. You need every single kill, especially when you're not getting the help of the military support. Then getting kills just becomes so much easier, sorry, so much more important rather, because of you not having the likes of possibly getting like a bomber or an airstrike giving you 4 kills out of nowhere.
Really looking to see what Engrave on Memory do ahead of any potential big fight which could gift that military support to either side. It looks to be that they're going to stack up in the bottom right hand corner. Rum almost managed to break into the backline of the Great Clan, but does get hunted down. 3 kills separate as we come into the last 2.5 minutes. This is the final clash between Great Clan and Engrave on Memory. Let us know who you think is going to the finals.
Rum is the big the big hope right now for Great Clan, coming in with a good score, but not enough to really keep them competitive here with EUM. They're still finding themselves down 3 kills and engrave on memory. They're trying to engrave such a dark memory on the mind of Great Clan. Great Clan about to lose this semi-final to EUM.
2 minutes to catch up those 3 kills. Rum, of course, up to the task. Gets the double. Looking for even more. Can't quite get it any further. And Zilu, along with the Engrave on Memory team, keep that lead intact. I think it's still too close to call. Great Clan are on the move, and they're hunting for that equalizing kill.
It certainly is too close to call, kind of fit. 23-24, engrave on memory. If they aren't careful, they're going to lose this game. They just need to find a few kills to really give them that solid lead. But Great Clan, they are looking for that lead as well. And Sandscore spots a player right there, not taking the shot, not finding that opportunity that they are looking for.
Not right here and now. As Rum grabs another, that's the equalizer between the two teams. As is only right, a third game comes down to the very last sequence of plays. Charging forward comes a number 5, Celine, for Engrave on Memory, taken to pieces. This is huge for Great Clan. They can fall back and control these choke points. Engrave on Memory, they have to find that last kill, but Whiskey only extends the lead for the Great Clan.
There's no reason to do anything reckless now. Great Clan, they're making a smart choice. They're pulling away. And they're saying we don't need to fight as long as we have this lead. But oh, there we go. Rum actually goes fighting, goes down. And suddenly we're at an even state. This could be overtime unless someone is able to pick someone off with a sniper.
Rum, of course, is going to be the player for the job. Goes forward. Feints back once again, looking to try and draw out whatever aggression is available. Will try and soften Engrave on Memory up with the floor bang. Doesn't take anything out of the defense. Engrave on Memory fall back though, aware they could be facing a flurry of grenades. But you're right, Dealers. We are gonna see this game number 3 go to overtime. Zilu is right at the door. What a bold maneuver. They just stuck away. They're hiding behind the shield, but they get cut down. Double kill for Frank.
Fortunately for CeeLo, they are able to take down 1 kill, but it was a double kill for Great Clan, so they had the man advantage just for a small period of time. But now it's down to a 3-on-3. Rum is gone. That's a high-performing member from the side of Great Clan. But look here, Subway going all the way over for flank, while the rest of the Great Clan members are keeping Engrave on Memory busy at the front door.
Oh boy, 3-on-3. Let's check in and see. So Rum, the rock of the Great Clan, has been removed from the live stream as Frank, another big hitter, gets taken down extremely low. Celine and Zilu, the top bananas for the Engrave on Memory, they're off the field. It's down to Shogo Jia and, of course, the mysterious number 1 player who performed so incredibly before.
Frank does find a kill counterfeit. So now it's 2-on-3. Great Clan pushing in. Frank comes up running with that shield, with that severed shotgun.
Ooh.
Will Frank be able to find anything? No, they will not. Goes down, and we're back to a 2-on-2. But Subway has pushed up. Subway is being aggressive as well. So unless Great Clan, they are careful, then they could find themselves once again at a man disadvantage because they are making these individual pushes.
This is such a unique situation since we've not had Rush for a while. Elimination style game modes are very rare. It only happens here in the overtime situation. Not the overtime map, but what happens when we run out of time and the teams are deadlocked. For both the teams, these are their lower ranked members, an enormous amount of pressure being put on them. For Great Clan, they could have relied on Rum, they could have relied on Frank, but they are not here anymore, and it's down to these remaining players to make it count.
Oh, Shogo, you need to be careful. You're all alone and you're pushing quite far up. But same goes for Subway. Subway is also all the way up. And has to be careful. Here Shogo is really playing with fire, trying to see if they can spot someone. But that someone is waiting around the corner with a sniper rifle, ready to put a gun in the, a bullet in the face of Subway. Shogo pushes forward and actually goes down. EUM, they're all alone now. That is their highest performing member from game number 2, rocking that imp all alone. And now Great Clan, they're coming in from the pincher maneuver counterfeit. They're moving over towards what could potentially be a very good flanking maneuver. But no, they've spotted this, and who's gonna win this duel?
The last remaining Engrave on Memory player realizes almost too late what is going on, and it's going to break away. There is no time limit on overtime. The Great Clan will have to find another way. For now, the only advantage that last remaining Engrave on Memory player has is for their position to not be known. But when there's 2 snipers on the opposing team, and of course, evil eyes for both of them, they will have a very good idea of where that number 1 player has gone.
They certainly will kind of fit, but fortunately, the number 1 player from EUM is rocking an imp, so can deal quite a hefty amount of damage in just 1 shot. If they are able to get them on the crosshair, does not take the shot right there. But now, Great Clan, they know where the last member is.
Oh boy, this is such a rare situation to be in. They're hunted, being cornered right now by Great Clan. For Subway and Zenskor, while they've got the numbers advantage, they still need to find the play. And when you're advancing, you never know when you're in the sights of another sniper.
Oh, you really don't. And with you being pinched from 2 sides, getting 1 kill is crucial. And now on Engrave on Memory, they still have the possibility. It's down to Subway, it's down to player 1, both on snipers. Who's going to win this duel? It's going to be so very close. And now every single shot and every single opportunity really counts.
Of course, those evil eye cores for both of these snipers will be on cooldown at this point. They've got a pretty good idea of where each other is, but it all down to these final moments. It's so incredibly rare we get to see a one-on-one sniper battle in ESL competition. It literally cannot happen except under these incredibly specific circumstances.
And now everything is turned around kind of fit. Now Subway is the one being hunted. Well, I can understand why you would hunt for some Subway this late in the evening.
Delicious.
Water.
Water. What a game. On paper at least. Now that the numbers have been equalized, Engrave on Memory are favored. You know, we've got a player here, 6 and 4. For Subway, they've only managed to get 3 kills in this game and 8 deaths. So theoretically, Engrave on Memory have got the advantage, but when all you've got to work with here are your wits, when you've got an opponent who's very well informed about your movements because of the evil eye, trying to get a drop on the opposition by yourself, it seems an almost impossible task.
It really, really does kind of fit. And also for the 2 players, with them running those snipers, it does mean that they're just testing the waters. No one is willing to give up their territory. And right now, that is basically what we're seeing. That's why it's slowing down. No one is willing to move an inch.
Right down on the far south side, number 1 player, doesn't want to take the risk forward, looks across to the site of their former triumphs, perhaps to steal their nerve for what comes next. Honestly, I don't know. Subway is up on the top. I don't know if the last remaining EOM player is aware of exactly where they are. I think they have a good idea, though, as they take the shot across. Let's check back in with Subway. They're on the move once again. I think we might be in for the long haul.
I definitely think that we are in for the long haul kind of fit. Perhaps we should find a book to read from once again.
What are you feeling?
Ooh, well, Uh, how about The Little Mermaid?
Oh man, okay. Let's see, Gutenberg.
No, that is by uh, H.E. Anderson.
I misunderstand. I'm looking for Project Gutenberg.
Ooh, gotcha.
Oh boy, though. Oh, I don't know though. I feel remiss missing any moment of this. As much as this could go on for a very long time, it's just because it could be over like instantaneously. I mean, I don't know if I guess no. That's to be fair. Like we've both been in the situation. Anyone who's played FPS shooters, I'm certain will at some point have had the whole experience of looking down the sniper scope and realizing that someone else is doing exactly the same to you.
Oh, definitely counterfeit. I'm sure that has happened multiple times. At least I know when I used to play competitive Team Fortress 2, I used to play as a scout, which meant that I could swap around as well. So I usually played as a sniper too, and I can't tell you how often that has happened. In Game of Memory, they pick up the victory. They find that shot that they needed.
That is the shot that's heard around the tournament and will send Engrave on Memory to the final from a 2 versus 1 situation. Once more, this player, whose name we've still yet to figure out how to even remotely say, saved the tournament for Engrave. Great Clan are denied once more at the gates to the finals. Engrave, they get their chance to compete for $100.
And congratulations to Engrave, but also we must say, well played by Great Clan. They kept it up for a long time. They tried their best in the overtime, and they did win one game against Engrave on Memory. So they did show us that even gods can bleed.
Guys, let's get all y'all into game before our grand finals begins. We'll shortly be getting that, I am certain. ESL 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Well, since we had such a fantastic overtime, I think there's only one map that's appropriate.
And that must be overtime.
I realised the gag would have worked a lot. Well, I said gag. It would have worked a lot better if I chose a completely different map. But I think people maybe wouldn't have realised what I was talking about. So there we go. Looks like everyone might have gone to sleep already. Congratulations once more to Engrave on Memory. Man, I think there's something about it being snipers particularly, or two snipers against each other in overtime, that made that particularly tense. Oh, Celine Gaming. What are they saying? Let's use the old Google Translate. What have we got? Japanese to English. Sophie Chan Gaming. Oh, I wonder if that's what their name translates as. Celine, I don't know Celine Gaming if you do actually speak English. There's never a guarantee because we've got so many teams in so many different places. But if Sophie Chan was the name of the player who won that game out from Engrave on Memory, we'd sure like to know. Oh. Oh, that's right, there's a player called Sophia on Engrave on Memory, so maybe that's them. So let's see if we can find some bodies for our break game before the finals begins. Yes, a well-earned GG from Hero Gaming Simon. That was honestly pretty amazing. Though, I think... I'm kind of hoping at some point, I mean, because the whole overtime mechanic doesn't come up very often, that maybe we could get the whole Battle Royale mechanic introduced as a overtime mechanic. I don't know. I don't know if that will ever happen, because it seems like there's probably quite a lot of work to implement on every single map. But maybe, just maybe one day.
Well, kind of it. I'm looking forward to seeing some action from all of our viewers now.
Yeah, I like for that as well. If you are an iOS player, all you need is that passkey or the global chat invite. Both will get you into that very self-same game. Come and join. Who's this? It's Senpai, please. And where you are. Welcome, welcome. So we've got enough to get started, but we'll see if we can grab maybe one or two more just to make sure the game keeps going during the break. For any of you guys who are just dropping in, we run these community games during the break, so you guys have got something to watch while we get ready for our next game. I think, might just need to start this one, otherwise we're going to end up not starting it at all. Any of you guys who don't get in here early, you can of course come and join in once the game is underway. I'll throw out another quick invite. So, dealers, do we have a finals decided as of yet?
Ooh, I don't think so. We know that oh wait, there we go. Engrave on Memory will be in the grand final, but right now Impossible Missions Force and Score Gaming, they have finished their series. There we go. Actually, it will be Impossible Missions Force moving into the grand final.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Alright, so we'll get this one underway as soon as we've got players on each team. Alexander McDonald, Great Clan, that's so close. I admire your passion, Alexander McDonald. Every team needs fans who will share their victories and defeats with them, for no team is immune to such things. But yes, that was, for a Great Clan fan, that must have been a very tough game to watch. Alright, I think maybe we don't have enough people for this custom game right now. So let's jump and do a quick battle royale while we wait for the next key to come our way. Also, if you guys, well, I kind of treat this roughly as a break. If you guys do want to go and support Gladiator Games, whose 24-hour MC5 stream is going on at the moment, this is as good a time as any to drop by and say hi. Drop the link into the chat. Oh, MC5. And for now, we'll just have a bit of a muck around and see if maybe we can get ourselves some turkey breakfast.
Ooh. Well, you know what, Confit? I for one do enjoy watching you play MC5, especially Battle Royale. It's very entertaining as always.
You could have fooled me. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Why would I fool you?
Wait, what does this say here? I think, did someone translate what was on here before? If there are Japanese and English speakers, which I don't know how many there are, what do these signs actually say? I think someone said they were sushi or something? I don't know. Like, it's a bit random what's in all this stuff. Like, is this Chinese, Japanese? I don't think it's Korean.
I think wouldn't sushi that's kept in like a vending machine be or go bad really fast?
You would think so, wouldn't you? I don't know if the vending machine was sushi. I was thinking that the restaurant was, but it's hard to say. Oh boy. I think actually, wait. Oh, that's a friend. Hello, Salado. I'm trying to remember where Salado would be from. Like, Italy, maybe?
Perhaps.
Perhaps. Boop, 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 boop. If you are an iOS player, you can of course come and join in with this Battle Royale as well. Adawan, 85. Yeah, they're probably roughly the same age that I am. I feel like there's a certain, like, there's a certain age beyond which people tend not to include their birth years as part of their username. But I admire people who do. Alright. Let's get going. Ooh, our admin Danny is just about to post. So
Oh, there we go. That's our passkey for the first game of the grand final.
well, then no need for a battle royale. Engrave on memory, Impossible Missions Force. The final game of this tournament is coming up. $100 on the line and premier seating for our monthly finals, where all those big prizes come to roost. Let's jump into that lobby. If the players are ready, we'll be getting started momentarily.
Well, I, for one, cannot wait kind of it. So, hopefully it will all start very, very soon.
We're getting into that pre-game lobby. So this will be IMF, the team we have yet to see on stream here today, who beat out Score Gaming on their way here to the finals, competing in best of 5 action. We'll be getting back to you guys as soon as everybody is ready. For now though, we'll take a short break while the players get in place, and the familiar faces from Engrave on Memory will battle for their lives against Impossible Missions Force. Let's get it on. It's time for the grand finals. We started out on the streets, and it only befits that we should start out the end of the tournament in just the same place.
And how fitting is it that it all ends on the streets during night mode as well, kind of it?
Well, it's all night mode at the moment, but I think at some point it will be an optional feature. Right now, Darkness Falls, Engrave on Memory and IMF clash for the first of a potential 5 times. $100 on the line.
Engrave on Memory coming in as our 4th seed, Impossible Missions Force 6th seed. So these two teams should be more or less evenly matched. And I'm looking forward to a good best of 5 series. Potentially, it could go all the way to 5 games.
That's a very distinct possibility. Impossible Missions Force, they have won the last 3 tournaments that they played in, beating out Engrave on Memory in our last Blue Cup, and going undefeated in the previous 2. Score Gaming, no players, only practice. Everyone they've come across, they have beaten down. But Engrave on Memory, they have been on fire today. And if there's going to be a team to take down the IMF, maybe, just maybe, this will be the one.
We can only wait and see kind of it, but IMF, they're finding themselves with a 3-kill lead. They're starting to develop upon that, but Shogo right now 1 kill to 2 deaths. Not exactly the scoreline you want to see in a grand final scenario.
No, not at all. And IMF, they're starting to take over, even with only a 4-person roster playing. Let's check in and find those numbers. It's Issa N and Monster both with 7, no, 8 kills for ISA-N. Just dominating in the close quarters, absolutely blowing everything to pieces.
Well, you can never count out ISA-N. ISA-N, if they have a possibility of carrying a game, they will always do that. And right now, you're seeing that from IMF, finding themselves up by 12, 13 kills, counterfeit. IMF, they are on fire, and they will not let Engrave on Memory find a single foothold here in this game.
It's not the best of examples there because of how it turned out, but ISA-N showing no fear at all, stepping on their own grenade, but it didn't even slow them down. They just ran right into the next opponent. I mean, we've seen this from some of our more experienced players. They don't, even when they know they are inches from death, they will fight tooth and nail to grab any kill they can.
Well, you know what, counterfeit, they just need to keep this up. On the side of IMF to win this game. But yes, you're right, Engrave on Memory, if they want to win this game, they have to throw everything at IMF. They need to throw the kitchen sink and basically just throw the entire house at them, because IMF, they are on fire, and they don't really need that much time, because we've just passed 3 minutes of game time, and IMF, they're about to reach 40 kills.
Zulu is picking things up, but Monster and ISA are still almost unstoppable. I think the shield makes a hell of a lot of sense. If you're trying to keep the wolves from the door, you need to make sure you've got a door in the way.
Oh, well, Engrave on Memory, they will get to 25 kills, counterfeit, but IMF sitting at 43 right now, are extremely good. But you know what? It's not enough on the side of Engrave on... Sorry, it's more than enough to take down Engrave on Memory.
ISA-N runs in against nearly the entirety of Engrave on Memory, takes 2 kills, and walks out once again. Seemingly unstoppable, IMF look to continue their winning ways. Could this be their 4th tournament win in a row? Engrave on Memory, they've proven resilient, but how resilient can they be?
We have to say that for the next game, Engrave on Memory, they have a clear way of trying to win this game. They need to try and just play together more as a team. And I know it's kind of weird to say this, because they had 13 assists in this game out of, 28. 13 of those had assists on them. So they just need to try and play more together as a team and really try and shut down ISA-N and Monster. So if you play together as a team and you group up as a turtle, then stopping those 2 players should be more or less easy, because they can't go up and do a 1v5 every single time.
Alexander McDonald over on Facebook said it well. IMF sweeping through and burning the house down. Certainly we can smell what they're cooking. IMF, they're building themselves up a mighty series performance. It all started with Game 1, Engrave on Memory. Can they hang tight? Let's find out. Game 2 coming up. Gentle friends, one and all from around the globe, here to witness the best MC5 action that you can find. You are in the finals. IMF, they've shown why they are multi-time tournament winners recently. For Engrave on Memory, even the hero Sophia from the previous game, I think it's all but confirmed as the player who saved EOM, wasn't able to do enough. Woo! For game number 2 of this best of 5 grand finals, it's been a decent start for Engrave on Memory. Of course, we've still got Monster here, we've still got Isn, we've even got Taco and the Fury themselves, the 4 horse riders of the apocalypse, come to show us what they're made of. You see, there's already support for IMF in the chat. Success begets success. It's hard not to admire what IMF are able to do. 1 minute down, IMF are ahead by 6. Shota has been trying to force for the kills, but it is Sophia, the team's previous savior, 4-1. Best performer so far, dancing beneath the grenades, but Fury able to at least get some revenge. Minute and a half is down. Zilu on the hunt, yet to find that first kill. Monster, so far the standout player of the game, 4-0 so far, and putting in the heavy lifting for the IMF squad. Tacos, nice snipe there. Must have evil-eyed out that target before it even came through. Does get taken out by Sophia though, who's on the prowl with the shotgun in the lower quarters. Takes down another kill as well. 8-3 so far. Engrave on Memory, we knew they'd have to rely on Sophia, and they have got all their eggs in Sophia's basket right now. It may not be a large enough basket to contain the monster, who grabs even more kills. Issa N continuing to perform. IMF not even slowing down with their missing teammate. They are just destroying through here. Despite Sophia being deadly in the one-on-one, the rest of IMF, they're managing to get 2-on-1s. And Issa N finishes the job.
Good job by Issa N. 10-4, now 10-5 counterfeit. That is impressive. And IMF, they're sitting quite good in this game already. So what have I missed? Why are IMF looking so good?
Well, while Sophia has been doing work for the Engrave on Memory team, we've got Monster 6-1. We've got Issa N at 10-6. All it takes is 2 amazing players to 1 amazing player. And the maths just won't go in Engrave on Memory's favor.
That is true, counterfeit. And you know what? As I said in the last game for Engrave on Memory, I set this objective. They needed to work together as a team. They needed to group up so that they could force Issa N and force Monster into those uncomfortable 1v5, 1v4 situations. They're not doing that. Last time around, when the last game ended, they had 13 assists on the side of EOM, and right now they only have 2. So they're definitely not playing to the strength that we know they can.
I mean, personally speaking, for Engrave on Memory, and I think this is happening a little bit more, I want to see them surrounding Sophia on every side. Sophia is their carry, is the one who's going to win in the game. They should never be by themselves. They should be having their flanks watched. They should be having their back watched. Everything should be being set up for Engrave on Memory to come back in.
Ooh, Issa N taking down Sophia. And another member from EOM. I completely agree with you, man. Taking down Engrave on Memory really relies on you taking down Sophia in this game at the very least. So Engrave on Memory, they should be playing around Sophia. They should be building a foundation around that player, and they should be making sure that if they push up on top of the rooftops, that they have everyone surrounding Sophia.
Right in the center of the action right now. It's not an irrecoverable game for Engrave on Memory, but the grenades coming through. IMF in total control of the rooftops. Taco is there looking down, just delivering little parcels of death through the roof. Taco and the rest of the team reject any engrave on memory movements to try and take back the top of the map.
Oh, well, IMF, they have that 12 kill lead counterfeit. I don't think Engrave on Memory will be able to make this comeback. While Sophia is doing quite well, the rest of Engrave on Memory, they are lacking behind. And it does mean that unless they find a miracle in game number 3, that this series could be well and done just within 3 games.
Taco is stepping up, trying to match the performance of Issa N and Monster with a truly unholy 11-2 scoreline. Trying to snipe down through those skylights with a shotgun just tells you everything, really. Last minute coming in, IMF looks set to make this a 2-0 series so far. Of course, there's still another game at least for Engrave on Memory to come back.
That is definitely a true counterfeit, but with the way that things have been handled here by IMF, getting another game for Engrave on Memory will be fine, but certainly not enough.
Last kill coming. A little bit of a visual bug there as Sophia is using the shotgun, is picking up kills, but even with 20 kills on that single player, it's never enough. IMF, as a team, just are the better in this second game.
Well, in game number 1, they were better as well, counterfeit. So if we see a third game like this, and IMF, they certainly just will be the best team overall in the Blue Cups. They have been looking so good here today. And, well, Engrave on Memory, they haven't been able to put up a good performance. It's only been Sophia, but that is only one player, and you can't carry the load for 4 others.
Yeah, it's tough times indeed when you're facing down a Monster, an Issa, and a Taco, all with very solid performances. This is heading the way of a 3-0. IMF, will they take themselves another tournament? The South Korean representatives looking heck of a strong. Game 3 of the finals comes up. Last chance for Engrave on Memory. Hold on to your seats, everyone, because it's time for game number 3 between IMF and Engrave on Memory.
It's time to see if Engrave on Memory can pick the slack up and make that comeback happen, Counterfeit. But IMF, they won game number 1 and game number 2 quite convincingly, so I need to see a miracle happen in order for Engrave on Memory to win this series. Well, to begin with, win this game and then possibly win this series.
Of course, Sophia from before was the hyper carry for the Engrave on Memory squad. Does get involved in some early skirmishes. 7-7 in the first minute almost elapsed. Not a bad start for EOM.
Certainly not a bad start at all, and if they can keep this up, if they can keep themselves even with IMF, then they can make the push happen towards the end of the series. But obviously, it all begins with them keeping even, and that is going to be the hard part.
Let's find out what those kills her blade. It will, of course, the monstrous Sophia tries to get into a sniper battle. Doing the old slip and slide to get away from now. Dodging past the grenade as well, up on the ridge line. Ooh, has to back away for now. Nice, good defensive grenade work there. As Sophia goes forward, we'll have the shotgun in close quarters and does get the kill, while Monster is taken out from afar. And
here comes the bomber. Will not get any kills, unfortunate, but EOM still standing strong, still standing even. IMF, however, they are just one step ahead of IMF, so they keep having at least one kill in the lead. But Engrave on Memory, they are doing themselves a lot of good favors.
Sophia concentrating their efforts down on the far bottom of the map, controlling the sniper's nest, with Matt Hage coming in to provide a little bit of fire support. Sophia's been doing a pretty crazy good job so far, but will finally fall down. Maybe Engrave on Memory can find a way to abuse their numbers advantage to bring themselves back into the series.
Engrave on Memory, again, Counterfeit, they're keeping themselves even, and they're playing together as a team, sitting at a lot of assists right now. Engrave on Memory, they found their form. They've found the recipe for them to work together as a team and to win against IMF.
Monster lurking in the shadows beneath the construction site with their claws extended on their Cog V. Chucking out, of course, a rain of grenades as Zulu takes themselves out with a grenade. An embarrassing slip up for EOM, which puts them behind for now.
Woo! Engrave. Ooh, Zulu, nice grenade. Engrave on Memory, they have been able to keep even against IMF because of the fact that IMF have gotten 0 military support. Engrave on Memory right now, they have 6 military supports compared to the 1 of IMF. So basically IMF, they're not getting any extra military support, and it means that you're limiting the amount of information and the amount of extra firepower that IMF they have. It means that EOM, they have a much better game, but it doesn't mean that they are ahead.
It's still very, very close. There's a nice double pick up there. It's traded back immediately. It's still so heavily on Monster and Issa N, though Tacos has stepped forward for the squad. Goes for some sweet sniping. We'll trade across with Celine there. 3 minutes left to go. IMF so close to that third game victory that will make them our champions.
You don't need much more than 2 carries on a team in MC5. Counterfeit, and that is what Issa and Monster are doing right now. It's enough to take down Engrave on Memory, and IMF, they're about to reach 40 kills.
Matt Hage coming for EOM in this game, trying to find their way back in. They need to generate an enormous amount of kills through EOM these last few moments. Matt grabs one from long range. Sophia stays on the move. There's still time left on the clock. EOM, they're charging forward, but they're charging forward into the teeth of IMF.
And they're getting shut down. Issa and Tacos and Monsters all just taking shots at EOM and winning quite convincingly. Monster sitting at 12 and 7. Currently doing all that they can in order to keep IMF up. And there we go, 2 kills from Monster. EOM, they have now fallen so far behind. IMF, they are at 40 kills.
Zelu doing what they can to recover this game. EOM not quite out, but it's a very close thing. A dog pile coming in as the teams clash right in the center. And Grave on Memory, they almost get entirely the wipe. Issa N trades their life across. EOM aren't quite done.
Well, they certainly aren't. And IMF 45, but EUM are just at their heels at 40 kills. So while Monster is taking shots over towards the members of Engrave on Memory, they are getting closer. But Fury does find a kill right there. So now Engrave on Memory, they find themselves even further to their death.
So Fear breaking away from that last fight. There needs to be perfection from Engrave on Memory right now. Every part of the map has to win for them or this tournament is over. Sheer gets the 1v1 kill. Just above them is Tacos, drops down, but it's not enough. Engrave on Memory pull it through to just 5 kills different. But IMF, they complete the clean sweep and they will be your champions.
Congratulations to IMF. What a performance counterfeit. Being able to take down Engrave on Memory, a very good team as well, in a free game manner. This is amazing, and IMF is a monster. They can be more than happy.
That was honestly extremely impressive. IMF show why they are multi-time champions recently. They are looking unstoppable. And despite heroic efforts of Sophia, Monster and the rest of IMF, for now they remain unchallenged. Or at least unbeaten. It was a darn close thing towards the end of that last game. But for now, guys, that will be it for us. We shall be back in 13 hours' time for our last tournament of the weekend. Our thanks to Danny W running the admin desk for today, to Hero Gaming Simon for moderating the chat and making sure everything stays Gucci over there. If you haven't already, please do follow Modern Combat on whatever platform you happen to be watching on, be it on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or Mob Crush. Deedless, if folks wish to find your good self, where should they look?
Well, find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube as well, on at DeedlessCasts, and that is with an S at the end.
If you'd like to find my good self, I am on all the same kind of places as Counterfeit Cast. I've been Counterfeit, he's been Deedless. It has been our pleasure to bring you today's competition. Again, we shall be back tomorrow at 4 o'clock UK time. Hopefully that will translate relatively easily across the world. We'll see you guys there. And again, thank you guys for dropping in and spending your time with us.